Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back with number 2. So, like I said, I've got so much stacked up here, and I've been behind in this, trying to play catch up. And what we're listening to right now, Champion Jack Dupree. If you like the blues, I don't see why you won't like this guy. My buddy at work turned me on to him. I don't know his full story. I know that he had a tough time making it here in the U.S. and I guess it was more accepted in Europe. So he did pretty well over there. This is a really old recording, 1945, 45 apparently. Really cool. Kind of has that Robert Johnson kind of vibe to it. It's, like I said, it's an old recording, so it's really cool. And that is on Traveling Man Records. Never heard of them, but glad they did it. And so, in my last video, I was talking about finding a lot of 80s metal records, and there was one record if I can speak clearly, in particular, that I know my brother was looking for, and I'm kind of looking for it as well. But I kind of gave him first dibs because there's so much stuff I picked up. But I basically said, if you're not going to buy it, I'm going to get it. And that's Fastway's first album. If you're not familiar with Fastway, it's the guitarist from Motorhead, Fast Eddie Clarke. He formed this band after leaving Motorhead. It might have been after, I'm not sure if it was after Ace of Spades. Well, it had to be after Ace of Spades. He might have done one other album after. I don't have all of Motorhead stuff. I do know a little bit of the history, but anyhow, really good album. It's their first album. This is on, what is this on? I think it's on Columbia. Yeah, Columbia Records. And this is a US press. This was, 83. I didn't realize it was that old. Kind of has that kind of Led Zeppelin kind of vibe sound to it. The singer really kind of sounds like him, David King. If you're familiar with Flogging Molly's, I'm not sure what the hell it is, but he is the singer in that band. But yeah, check him out. You'll like it if you like Led Zeppelin, if you like harder rock and roll. And like I said, I've recently come across a lot of jazz records, and this is one I've got a couple bangers here that I've been looking for a long time. Now you can get them. I mean, they've repressed the shit out of these records, but that's why I just figured, look, a used one's gonna pop up sooner or later. You know, you can't afford an OG pressing because they're in the $500 range for some of the stuff, like this one. John Coltrane, Lush Life. This is such a good album. I can't believe I don't even have a CD copy of this. Side 2 is my favorite because it has Red Garland on piano, and it just kind of pops with him in it. He's one of my favorite jazz artists. But if you're not sure about jazz, I would say this is a good starting place, along with the next album I'm going to share with you. This is on Prestige, and 180 gram. I had a hell of a time trying to figure out what pressing this was in Discogs, and I think it's an 84. And it's just because of the dead wax, what's the etching in the dead wax, and the code, and then there's no barcode here. But to me, it just seems like it's way too nice of a copy for an 84, but maybe it is. But it doesn't really matter. It's just a great album, and I got it at a great price, so I'm very happy regardless what year it is. That being said, here's another repress. Art Blakey, Moanin', and the Jazz Messengers. Sorry, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, but the album's called Moanin', and that's the title track. And I think that's one of my top favorite jazz songs of all time. Just really, really good. It's on Blue Note. like I said, they've repressed the hell out of this, but yeah, really good one. This is, I believe, a 2008 pressing of it. You know, the original one's from 58. I mean, I don't even know what the original would cost, but sure it's only going to be 12 bucks what I paid for it. The next one I picked up, now this is one that I know they repressed for Record Store Day a couple years ago, and there was a young guy in line that was talking about this and kind of piqued my interest. And I know the cover's kind of iconic, I guess. I've seen pictures of this before, but I've never listened to the album. So Record Store Day came and went, never saw the album, and I've just always been kind of like on the lookout for it, and this was part of the new arrivals. So it's Mingus which is Charles Mingus. Not my cup of tea. It wasn't bad. To me it seemed kind of like free jazz. It kind of just like, it was kind of out there, but really, really clean copy. You know, it's a Jazz Wax Records. This is a UK copy. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to just an average jazz person. I mean, I'm sure, you know, if you're really heavy into jazz, you probably think it's a great album. I don't dislike it. It's just, it's not going to be one of my go-to records when it comes to jazz. But this is Cannonball Adderley and Milt Jackson. Again, part of the collection, and this was one I looked at and put it back and came back to it. Something just drew me to it, and I'm glad I picked it up. This is a very, very good record. This is obviously not an OG, but it's a fairly older pressing. This is, I believe, 82 from when I looked it up. Yeah, really good one. I would definitely recommend this, and it's on Riverside Records. When it comes out, you know, a little bit of wear on the spine, but I mean, it's an older record. Definitely recommend this one. Really good one. And let's see, the last of the jazz for now. So I know if you guys watch a lot of these videos, other guys talk about these Tone Poet series. For whatever reason, my shop does not carry any of them. Then one day I was walking down looking at the records, and I saw one, and it caught my attention, and they're reasonable. I think it was like 25, 30 bucks or whatever. And I picked this one up, Sonny Clark. I can't stress how nice they put these things together. I mean, I hope it shows how glossy this is, and just the presentation of this is just impeccable. You know, gatefold. Don't want to open it too much, it's very stiff. 180 gram, it's on Blue Notes. I mean, it feels heavier than 180 gram, but really good record. I'd recommend it. I mean, it was very reasonable. It's in the $30 range, but I see why everybody's raving on these. I mean, the quality is really there. Again, listen, I can't compare it to an OG pressing, or, you know, there's always a different pressing that's better than the other one, but for the price, I was very happy with it. And so like I said, that's the end of the jazz, and now we're going to switch gears. The Clash, live at Shea Stadium, and this was recorded in 82, and I'm not certain, but I think this was the last performance they did before Mick Jones left and formed Big Audio Dynamite, or I don't know what the hell that band was, but yeah, they were never the same when he left. He was a big part of the band, but really good recording. It's on Epic Records, 180 gram. There's the label. You know, it's live, it's going to be all their classics. So it's a really good recording. You know, good capture of time right there. Clash, man, you can't go wrong with that. And let's see, the next thing I found was something I've been kind of searching for a while, is the Specials. This is a single, Ghost Town. Love that song. I remember watching the video when I was a teenager. It's just kind of a cool video too. Good ska band from the 80s. Let's see, side 2 has Y and Friday Night, Saturday Morning. Pretty good, but man, Ghost Town, that's such a bitchin' song. And what is this on? Chrysalis, I think? Yeah, Chrysalis. Let's see if I can get it out of the stupid bag. Not an easy one to find, and it's a little, sleeve's a bit rough, but the record played fine and it was quiet, so I'm happy with that. And last but not least, keeping with the flow of things, 80s, Flock of Seagulls. So, I mean, I was all over the place. I went from new wave to heavy metal, back and forth, but I mean, this has some classics on there. I Ran, Space Age Love Song, Telecommunication. This is an OG copy. This is went from 82, and it's on, what is this, Arista? Part of Jive Records though too. I don't know, man, but really good one. Good classic 80s new wave. Another one you can't go wrong with. And that does it for now. I do have a ton more to share. Probably shoot another video here soon, but this stuff is stacking up and I've been wanting to share it. I just hadn't gotten around to it. So thank you for watching, and look forward to the next video coming up here shortly. You know, we'll see.